When skating down the rink, I don't think about all the blood that's pumping through my body or the way that my muscles are contracting with each stride I take. I also don't realize that the faster I skate, the more tired I will get due to a lack of oxygen being supplied to my lungs and muscles. During this year, during this year, I've learned about myself and my body more than ever. From posting on the biology class blog to exceeding our goals to being a part of amazing labs, learning about biology has been quite the journey. It's hard for people to appreciate what goes on in the human body and how amazing it is. With all of the functions we can do, this makes me realize that life is truly a gift. Starting with the muscular system, this system is to help us with movement, heat stability, posture, and joint stability. Hockey involves a lot of muscle movement in order to play the sport. Before we can make ATP, we need to make the protein first. The first part of protein synthesis is called transcription. This is the process by which genetic material information is copied from DNA to RNA. RNA enzymes begin transcription by binding to specific DNA molecules called promotes. The next step in protein synthesis is called transcription. There are 5 steps in this process. First, the mRNA leaves the nucleus through the nuclear membrane pores. Next, the mRNA moves through ribosomes. Then the amino acids floating freely in the cytosol are transported to the ribosomes by tRNA anticodons. After that, the tRNAs attach to their specific codons of mRNA. Finally, peptide bonds then attach to amino acids to each other. When skating, it takes longer for our muscles to start using ATP to form food. Our hearts start beating faster and direct your blood towards your muscles and away from functions you don't need at the moment, such as digestion. This process is called cellular respiration. Muscle is the largest type of tissue in your body and is extremely malleable because it responds to the type of duration and intensity of the exercise that you perform. Frequently, exercised muscle tissue is in a constant state of remodeling, leading to endurance, strength, flexibility, and power. Like muscles, in order to function, they need to be applied with oxygen. To make sure that all systems of support lead in, to make sure that all systems of support receives a good amount of oxygen, the circulatory system plays a major role in this process. Ask anyone what they think about during exercise, and the last thing they will say is circulation of their blood through their body. When we exercise or play a sport, the circulatory system's activity during exercise enhances the supply of fluids, oxygen, and nutrients your muscles need for exercise production. Exercising also increases your body's rate of various chemical reactions. The circulatory system works hard in helping your body to balance and maintain healthy chemical contractions during exercise. Regular physical activity helps increase the efficiency of the circulatory system. This is ultimately called homeostasis. In homeostasis, the ultimate goal is to reach equilibrium and to react to the environment it's in. To exceed the goal of equilibrium, there are 3 functions of transportation of substances. The first one is called simple diffusion. In simple diffusion, movement of the substances, in this case carbon dioxide and oxygen, move from areas of high concentration to low concentration. Movement will occur when equilibrium is reached. Only gases can move in and out of protein channels using phospholipids. Simple diffusion helps regulate what gases enter and exit the body. The second form of diffusion is called facilitative diffusion. Again, this function moves substances from areas of high concentration to low concentration, but the substances are bigger like water and glucose. Protein channels in cells help move these particles through. The last function of transportation of equilibrium is called active transport. Once more, this function moves the substances from areas of high concentration to low concentration. The substances that are needed to move are sodium and potassium. If you have too much of these substances in your cells, it can cause cramps when you exercise, hence getting cramps directly after you eat and then exercise. Using energy, processes such as endocytosis and exocytosis build substances where you most need it, whether that be inside or outside of the cell, such as glucose to use for energy when you exercise. Us humans wouldn't be able to function if we couldn't supply oxygen to our blood. This happens because of the respiratory system. If you've played a sport, then you know that you will need a lot of endurance to continue to continue to play the sport that you love. When you have cardiorespiratory endurance, your body goes through a series of changes both inside and outside, usually resulting in greater health for you and a fuller, more active life. In the respiratory system, yes, your lungs help you breathe. They also supply oxygen to your blood to give you energy to sustain movement. Our lungs can supply oxygen to all the blood in our cardiorespiratory endurance. You sustain a lot of activity and exercise without tiring out. As you increase your endurance, you have a large surface area to volume ratio. The lungs, all in all, have a very large surface, and our bodies have a great amount of volume, but the ratio between our lungs and our body is equal enough that it takes less energy for our lungs to supply oxygen to the body. So, why do athletes have such great endurance? The stronger and more efficient your muscles become at using oxygen, meaning they both require less energy to produce, meaning less waste. Your lungs won't have to work as hard, and you feel like it's easier to breathe after you've developed your endurance by having a large surface area to volume ratio. While your body pumps blood through, your body also cycles hormones. When you're squared up to the other team and waiting for the ref to drop the puck, that's when your adrenaline starts to kick in. An adrenaline rush is an extreme intense feeling. Adrenaline is a natural hormone that is produced by the body and secreted throughout the body when you undergo some type of exciting experience. You will notice an energetic feeling that gives you the power and strength to either escape or to attack. Because of this, an adrenaline rush can be intense and can be used in order to help you out. The few moments before the ref drops the puck, the more and more adrenaline builds up. This is what is called fight or flight response. The term fight or flight is often used to characterize the body's reaction to stressful situations. It is an evolutionary adaptation that allows the body to react to danger quickly. Dilated air passages, for example, allow the body to get more oxygen to the lungs quickly, increasing physical performance for a short bursts of time. The blood vessels contract in most of the body, which redirects the blood towards the heart, lungs, and major muscle groups to help fuel this reaction. Luckily for you, millions of years of evolution has endowed you with a set of automatic weapons that take over in the event of emergency. Your brain sends a message to your adrenal glands, and within seconds you can run faster, hit harder, see better, and hear more accurately, think faster, and jump higher than you ever could only seconds earlier. Throughout this whole year, studying about the human body was my favorite unit. I play 3 sports, and it was very exciting to learn about how my body reacts to hits, excitement, and many other factors that come with playing a sport. When I grow up, I want to be a physical therapist, and this project has given me a head start on the future ahead. Learning about the human body has also given me a lot of insight, not just about sports, but how people are different and how we are all connected by our similarities of the human body. We all have arms, legs, a head, a brain, a mouth, and a heart, and they all function the same way, of course, but in life we have to decide whether or not we are going to use our arms to catch our ball or play the violin, use our brains to remember the exciting moments or forget them, and use our mouths to say good or bad things to one another. It's all about how us humans adapt and form.